Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by BeyondTech and Pfizer. Out in Shelby Township, there's an accident investigation closing 23 Mile at Shaner. Also a crash on the right shoulder, Van Dyke Freeway M53 southbound after 25 Mile. 94 eastbound after 696, picked up a crash on the right shoulder. And there's another accident leaving only the right lane open. 96 eastbound after Beck Road. Traffic is stop and go from before Woodson Road. Come rain or shine, high winds or mild breezes, blue skies are great. It's a great time to consider getting vaccinated against COVID-19. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
A station where your opinion matters.
Want to save a lot on your energy bills? Want to have some fun? Well, with the DTE Interactive Home, you can do both. From the attic to the basement, bedroom to backyard, the Interactive Home has tips, tools, programs, and products to save money in every room of the house. It's one of the few ways you can have fun and save money at the same time. Visit DTEinteractivehome.com today. DTE. DTE wants you to reach for the stars. Energy stars, that is. That star on a product means it will save you energy, money, and it's better for the planet. Energy Star status is independently certified to lower both energy use and emissions. As a proud partner, DTE offers ways to integrate these products into your home and even buy some of them from our online marketplace at dteenergy.com/saveenergy. DTE.
Hi, I'm Mike Dominic, realtor and leader of the Dominic team. For over a decade, I have helped people with all their real estate needs. Whether they were buying or selling, I ensured they got the absolute best deal possible. Now it's my team and I in the trenches every day, from Brighton to Brownstown. Aside from having the knowledge, skills, tools, and tech, we have the passion, drive, and heart to ensure your experience is an incredible one. So call us at 855-4321-KEYS, and you'll see we're the key to your next move. By Keller Williams.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. One mortgage myth that we hear all the time is having to choose between a 15 or a 30-year fixed-term mortgage. At Hall Financial, we offer the modern mortgage to create a flexible term that fits your unique financial situation. Our team of mortgage experts are available right now for a free 5-minute mortgage review at 866-CALL-HALL. You can chat with us at callhallfirst.com.
Hall Financial, NMLS ID 1467435. Equal housing lender.
Inside District Detroit, on the second floor of Hockeytown, is a unique broadcast and recording studio, Music Town. It's the intersection of music, sports, news, and unique experiences. Powered by your Metro Detroit Ram truck dealers. MusicTownDetroit.com.
Have you tried learning a new language but it never seems to stick? That's because there's more to language than learning vocab words. Babbel is different. Babbel's multiple ways to learn helps you explore every aspect of a new language, anytime, right from your phone or computer. Practice real-life conversations in the Babbel app.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Get personalized help from an instructor in Babbel's live online classes.
Classes are limited to 6 people. We keep them small so everyone can get the help they need.
Review words and phrases with fun games, or dive into the culture with short videos. Everything from the interactive lessons and live online classes to the podcasts and videos will teach you things you'll actually use, so you're ready for real-life conversations. With Babbel, you can speak a new language. Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com to start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
From city streets to back roads. From road warrior to carpooler. There are some things you can always count on. Like the reliability, durability, and power of Diehard. America's most trusted auto battery. No matter where your journey takes you, count on Diehard to get you started on the road ahead. Available at your local Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest stores.
Churches is adding Applewood smoked Texas cut bacon to our all-white meat chicken sandwich. Yep, these 2 are best flavors forever. Try our new Texas cut bacon chicken sandwiches today. Churches, bringing that down home flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
The next time you're in Vegas, head to the B Las Vegas. It's not on the Strip, it's in downtown Vegas. The odds are better, the party's bigger, and you'll feel right at home. Book your Michigan State on the 5-Star Zone with Rico Beard. Download it today on the Odyssey app.
Pistons lose to Sacramento, 129-107. The only bright spot, well, to Sneak Bay, but Kate Cunningham, 25, 8 and 8. But they were just awful early, 12 points in the first quarter. Wings, they lost 2. They blew a 2-0 lead and a 3-2 lead late. Columbus beats them 5-3. They're back at it tonight in Dallas, right here on 97.1 The Ticket. And the 49ers over the Rams, 31-10. Matthew Stafford had a rough start. 2 interceptions early in the game, including a pick 6. He did end up 26-41, 243, but a lot of that was, we're familiar here with garbage stats. Mm-hmm. All right. Dan Campbell will join us at 7:35. And here's Heather right now.
So the search is still on for 18-year-old Brendan Santo, and the reward for his safe return now stands at more than $10,000. Unfortunately, there's not much new info at all on his whereabouts. Police say his cell phone last pinged near Beale Street, which is directly next to the Red Cedar River. So their search, they say they're searching everywhere, but has been focused on the river. But they say it's not like they're going to search the river and come up with something overnight. It's a tough search. Right. It's going to take some time. His family and his friends are determined to find him despite having very little information to go off of. His aunt has been on campus the last 2 weekends organizing this massive search effort, and hundreds of people are gathering, and they're looking for anything that they can find to tie it to him, whether it's a shoelace or a shoe or something that belongs to him.
Excuse my ignorance here. How deep is the Red Cedar River?
Ooh, I don't know, but I think it's relatively deep. They're bringing in dive teams.
Okay, that's I don't understand why it's taking this long to bring in dive teams.
I think that they have dive teams, but the river is so vast that you can't cover the whole river. It's very dark and murky, and they don't know exactly. Right. They don't know where to look, and I think that's the problem too. They can't pinpoint an exact location.
Yes, God forbid if he's down. I mean, flows with the current.
Right. I mean, it's just going to take. It's going to take some time if that's in fact where he is. Yeah. While they're searching for Santo, Michigan State Police are also searching for 2 children who may be in northern Michigan after being kidnapped in Kentucky and Tennessee. So 16-year-old Amber Claire and 3-year-old Noah Claire were abducted by a family member. They know who they're looking for, 32-year-old Jacob Claire, and they believe that he could be headed towards the Harbor Springs area. So Jacob Claire is believed to be driving a silver Subaru Outback with Tennessee plates, and they were reported missing on November 7th. So if anybody has any information on his whereabouts, the children's whereabouts, they are being urged to contact police or just dial 911. So. Yeah. On Saturday, you may have heard this story. A small plane carrying 5 people crashed on Michigan's Beaver Island. There was a sole survivor, an 11-year-old girl, Lainey Perdue. This plane took off from Charlevoix, and it was headed to the airport on Beaver Island when it crashed. The victims included the girl's father, and then also a couple who were actually planning to open a winery and vineyard right there on the island. They also had their 2 dogs with them as well. And then the 5th passenger has not been identified. That person was the pilot of the plane. Now, this young girl, the 11-year-old girl who survived, doesn't really remember anything about the crash except that her dad did everything he could to protect her during that crash. So her mother is just saying, remember him as somebody who was doing everything he could to save his child. So she sounds like she is going to survive. She's in the hospital. She's had to have some procedures done, but no life-threatening injuries. And the crash is still under investigation.
Well, one of my sister-in-laws has a house on Beaver Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she one of the
gosh, it's just so sad. I mean, any of these stories are sad, but oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. The family of journalist Danny Fenster is celebrating his freedom. So on Friday, he was actually sentenced to 11 years in a Myanmar prison, and days later, he was released with the help of a former U.S. diplomat, which is
just incredible that this happened so quickly for him. He had already spent months and months behind bars, so he'd already been in jail there. On Monday, he was on his way home back to Michigan. So his friends, his family, the community in Huntington Woods are just very, very excited for his return.
There'll be a huge celebration. You'll see live trucks everywhere.
Without a doubt.
Good for him.
Yes, a Michigan senator has been charged with assault after a nurse practitioner said that he inappropriately touched her during an exam. This happened back on August 14th. Senator John Bison went to Oak Lawn After Hours Express in Marshall, Michigan. And after his visit, this nurse filed a police report, and she claims that he put his hand on her waist, he squeezed her and pulled her towards him. And then she also claims that there was another medical assistant there who did say he also touched her arm and made an inappropriate comment to her as well while she was taking his vitals. So he is facing an assault charge. He will be arraigned on December 1st. Okay.
Yeah.
This literally, you guys, sounds like a nightmare come to life. This story doesn't seem real. And I think it's a nightmare that everyone would have. Not just a nightmare for me, but a nightmare for everybody. There was a flash flood in Egypt that washed thousands and thousands of scorpions and snakes basically into the streets and into people's homes. And these are not just like your run-of-the-mill scorpions. These are called fat-tailed scorpions, and they're among the most deadly in the world, and they can kill humans in under an hour. And so far, 3 people have died, and 500 others were injured after being stung or bit by these scorpions. That's terrifying.
Is there just an average scorpion?
Well, to me, no, but I think there's got to be some that are not
as
deadly.
Yeah. I
I've
don't
never heard of scorpions being like docile. You know?
They're nasty little things. They're so gross. And whether they are not harmful at all, like they're just gross. Like they're just nasty little creatures. So after being stung, victims would start to experience breathing difficulties, muscle twitching, and unusual head movements. So then, I picture all of this.
Watching that, yeah.
Scorpions everywhere, people being bit, acting like erratically with their heads twitching. Like, this is just a nightmare. Anti-venom can save people's lives, and it has for these 500 people, but oh my gosh.
When they sting you, it rocks you like a hurricane.
Been waiting.
Well done.
Thank you.
Waiting.
Thank you.
All right, one more. It's the holiday season, you guys, and that means it's time to pack on the pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's an annual poll that found the average person expects to gain 8 pounds over the holidays this year, and that's up from 7 pounds last year and 6 pounds in 2019. So we are ready to indulge.
Getting better every year.
Yep, 90% of people said that they'll most likely try just to enjoy the holidays without really thinking about dieting or what they're eating. Not just no worries, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
65% of people said that they deserve to treat themselves this year. And most people say that they're going to eat so much that they have to either unbutton their pants or loosen their belts. And others say that they will eat until they feel sick.
It's just,
Or just buy
just
bigger,
call that lunch. I'm not getting the chance now.
buy bigger pants.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you very much, Heather. All right, coming up next, we'll talk to the Lions head coach, Dan Campbell, after his first non-loss as the Lions head coach, 97 on the team.
Hey, you guys know how much I've been bragging about Level 1 Bank. It's my personal bank. It's where I've got my checking, my savings, and even my mortgage. And if you're looking to build a new home or buy a new home, if you're considering refinancing, I highly recommend Level 1 Bank. My experience was outstanding, and I'm going to give you all the reasons why. The communication with my loan officer was great. They were patient with me. They were creative in structuring my loan, and they made sure I was getting the best available rate. Level 1 Bank has earned my trust, and they have a wide variety of mortgage programs. Listen to all these. First-time homebuyer, new construction and renovation loans, jumbo loans, doctor loans. They even have a special mortgage program designed for first responders, medical professionals, teachers, and government or nonprofit employees. If you fall into one of these categories, go to level1bank.com to learn more. Or if you just want to talk to someone, give Dan Urban a call at 866-707-LOAN. That's 866-707-LOAN. Level 1 Bank is a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
7117.
Winter is just around the corner, so get that fire in your fireplace going. Sit back and relax in your recliner. Smell that delicious pot of chili on the stove. And turn on the game of the week. For the first snap of the game, you're hooked. Every pass, every play, every fumble, and every interception keeps you wanting more. We cheer as loud as we can every time our team scores a touchdown. These are the moments we live for. There's nothing better than football. So celebrate a little louder this season. Put those feet up and enjoy the game. You've earned it.
Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers are changing the game with the Chevy Blazer. Blazer is the midsize SUV you've been looking for. Its bold design and athletic stance will turn heads wherever you go. Its roomy interior offers seating for up to 5 passengers. Plus, the cargo management system keeps everything in its place. Chevy Blazer, it's one tough beauty. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
So a friend told me about Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and his exact words were, "It changed my life. I used to spend a ridiculous amount of time trying to remove tomato sauce from inside our microwave and soap scum off the bathtub. It's like seriously magic, and my secret weapon for cleaning the kitchen, bathroom, doors and walls, and even keeping my sneakers clean. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Greatest invention ever."
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, the unicorn of cleaning.
Introducing Venture X, Capital One's new travel card for people always asking,
Where next?
you earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Papura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
Necessary Roughness with former NFL lineman TJ Lang and John Jansen. Download it today on the Odyssey app. It's time for Lions Weekly with head coach Dan Campbell. Brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City.
Well, I don't think he was at Ford Field at the Rolling Stones concert last night. He was probably going through tons of game video, film, whatever you want to call it. Dan Campbell joins us. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are y'all?
We're doing pretty good. I guess the good news, no loss. The bad news, no win, correct?
Yeah. I mean, that pretty much sums it up.
What's the message to the team after no win, no loss? The effort seemed to be there. They played hard, but there's still a lot of unforced errors. How do you address all of that with your team?
Yeah, I think you take it for what it is. I mean, this literally was a game as to you coach and teach off the tape as to why we didn't win and why we didn't lose. You have to look at both sides of it. So the effort was outstanding. The fight, those guys, I thought executed the plan that we had. We knew what we had to do to try to win and beat that team and be in it at the end. And really, we did that for the most part. And so I was proud of them from that standpoint. But yet, there's a couple of plays out there, man. You make one more play here, and all of a sudden it changes the dynamic of that game.
Obviously, the quarterback gets most of the focus, and Goff did not have a good game. Was it health-related? Was that the game plan for him not to pass? Because all of a sudden, in overtime, he throws the pass to St. Brown. I said, man, where's that been? His arm looked good on that play. Talk us through, the decision not to pull him and the whole game plan passing was.
Yeah, I mean, look, we knew we wanted to try to take a shot, which we did early. We didn't connect, and try to back them up. Certainly more than back them up, maybe, hurt them with a deep one. But it did back them up a little bit. Now, we knew the weather was turning, and we knew it was going to be pretty, it could be pretty bad, which it was. I mean, that field's just painted green, and then it started sleeting and snowing and raining and whatever, and the wind's up. So, I knew that it was going to need to be one of those games. I told those guys we're going to have to be patient, don't get frustrated. We're going to hang with the run. And so we were already kind of tilted that way. Now it helps when you're able to run it the way we did, so you can just lean on it more than you have to. But I didn't want to do anything
rational. You know, I wanted to keep us in that game and be smart. It was hard to stay patient, but I knew we needed to, and our defense was playing outstanding. So we were kind of that way. But ultimately, yeah, the weather and it did affect him a little bit. You know, this injury, you know, him trying to push the ball a little bit, had a little bit to do with it too.
Well, if he's not 100%, is he at, I don't know, 80%, pick your number, better than putting Blau in?
I don't know. I thought about it, you know. And all I can do is go with the people around me and listen to the experts as it pertains to the injury and how he feels, what he can do. And look, I hung with it. You know, it was a decision I made.
You mentioned the weather, you mentioned the field conditions, and it used to drive me nuts, those fields that were just painted green for TV and the sand and everything, but I know all of that goes into how you call a game. How much did Goff's injury affect your call sheet, especially when you got later in the game in the second half?
It affected a little bit. But there again, yes, it affected it, but so did the weather. I think it's a combination of both, honestly. And I mean, there's some stuff in there. Once we got out of the first quarter, you try to take a deep shot down the field. I don't know if the weather was going to allow it, particularly the way that we were going in the fourth quarter. That wind was pretty steady, so you know, look, it affected it. It did.
Are you going to continue to call the plays for the rest of the season?
I don't know. I probably will this week.
Does that, I don't know, for lack of a better word, kind of neuter your offensive coordinator when the head coach is calling the plays?
No, because he's still very much involved. I'm just asking for input, you know. So, no, he's very much involved.
Would it be fair to say that you'll have a different kicker on Sunday in Cleveland?
We'll see. I mean, we're going to look at some guys today.
Is there some motivation that you can take from a not loss?
Look, here's what I would say. I go to, you know, what my reaction after the game was just, I was proud of the way these guys snapped back. You know, we came back after the bye. We practiced our ass off last week. They put in the work, they put in the time, they put in the focus, and we had a chance to win it with either an extra point or a field goal. We didn't do that. But at the very end of that game, we had a chance to lose it, and Will Harris knocks that ball out, and Trey Flowers recovers it, and we don't lose because of it. And I hang my hat on that, man. It takes a lot of fighting effort to do that. So, no, it wasn't a win, but, man, there's improvement, and that's what I hang my hat on right now.
Dan Campbell joins us on the Stoney and Jansen show, and there were some players that, quite honestly, a lot of fans probably never heard of who made big plays. Gilbert with the punch out with the fumble earlier in overtime, and Eagle Buike with the way he played in that touchdown run, man, he was great too.
He was, and he just keeps getting better and better. He really does. He's been a valuable four-player force on special teams. He's getting better as a returner, and then. Man, you see him at halfback, he's just getting better, you know. So I'm encouraged by him. And I tell you what, Gilbert, you know, we had Jerry goes down, Jerry Jacobs goes down, and you know, and then Bobby Price kind of had an ankle going on. So it's like, well, let's put Gilbert in. And Gilbert wanted to go in. Gilbert wanted to get up there and press in their face and go compete, which he did. And he gets beat on one, and then he doesn't give up, and he knocks the ball out. So those type of guys we're looking for around here.
Taylor Decker was obviously able to get back in the game. What'd you think about his performance as well as Penei Sewell moving back to the right side?
I thought both of those guys did a damn good job transitioning back. You know, Sewell, I thought it looked pretty smooth, easy transition, and then Deck, man, it was great to have him back. And look, I thought he would be solid, but he did even better than that. I mean, I'm talking about first game back. You know, here we go. I'm playing 64 plays or whatever that is, and it was a noticeable difference to have him out there.
Should we be concerned about T.J. Hawkinson, the lack of production? We talked yesterday, and John, you can speak for yourself, but kind of disappointed the way he is as a blocker right now, too.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be disappointed. I mean, look, we tried to get him the ball a number of times. Now, some of those had kills in them, and they're giving us a run look, so we kill it. But, you know, some of those, man, it didn't work out. Like we missed the protection. We missed a blitz on the protection. We're trying to get him the ball. He's wide open. Well, we can't do that. Golf gets back. He's looking at Leaf. He comes back across the board. Hawkinson's open, and he just misses him. And it was almost kind of like bad luck yesterday. And then early in the game we had him, kind of had him on a cell, and he gets doubled by both linebackers, and Swift's wide open in the flat, and we miss on that. Swift's kind of just drifting out there, and it was just a combination of throw and spot to be at. But no, I wouldn't lose sight of that. He does need to be better in the run game, but he did some things there to help us too. I mean, you rush for 229 yards, and everybody's got a hand in that.
Matt Nelson, we saw him line up at the tight end position. After he was injured, we saw Will Holden. Any chance you're going to throw the ball to one of us big guys?
There's always a chance.
That's all I want to hear. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah. All right.
That's all you need to hear.
That's right.
Any update on Tim Boyle?
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that he practiced last week, he did a good job for us, and he's looking pretty good.
And people, with all the, they should have put Blau in and all that, and I was one of those as well, but, I mean, technically, he's the third string quarterback. Boyle's the backup, correct?
Yeah, that'd be correct.
So you're traveling to Cleveland. What's the message to the guys? They, obviously fought their butts off. Some of those pre-snap penalties, you eliminate those. What's the message in the locker room to the guys before you take the field against Cleveland?
Yeah, well, look, these guys here, this is a very talented group across the board. Probably top to bottom, they have more talent than the team we just played. And then they just got beat, they got beat pretty good at New England. And so they're going to have a chip on their shoulder. They're not going to like that. And they're going to do everything they can to come out and be physical, more physical than us. They're going to see what we just did on tape. And so they're going to try to take it to us. I mean, they got a lot of pride. They're going to want to answer the bell. So we got to understand that. And if we don't have the same approach that we had last week, it can get ugly. So we have to have that same approach. We're going to do everything we did last week. It'll be the same. And get ready to go. But I think we have to focus on, hitting these guys first. That's got to be the sole focus. Because if we don't, it'll be a long day for us.
How much will Josh Reynolds help this passing game?
Well, we'll find out. Keep going.
Well, and talking about the passing game, because we asked you last week, and you said you wanted to give these guys, some of the young guys, some of the new guys, as much opportunity. Trinity Benson, we saw him. I actually think he got more snaps than anybody else. What did you see from Trinity Benson and some of the other guys that got opportunity?
Listen, for the opportunities they got, I thought they did a solid job. It was there again. And you want to go in and try to move the ball around a little bit. When you get in that type of game and that weather and you're running it that good, it doesn't always go to plan. But that should be a good problem to have when you're able to run it like we were running it. But I will tell you this, I thought St. Brown did a good job. I thought he went in there and did really well, man. He showed up. I thought Leaf, was solid. He did some good things. There was nothing that I was disappointed about with those guys. It was just hard to get it going between the weather and where we were at in the queue, a little bit.
Somebody suggested yesterday that maybe you guys should have tried to kick the field goal on third down just in case there was a bad snap. Did that cross your mind at all?
No, because that means you're playing for the worst, and I hate that. Like, we're kicking it to win. Not kicking for a bobble snap that you don't. You try to jump back on it.
Right.
I hate that.
Yeah, and that would be bad field position too, because you'd have to kick a longer field goal and all that. By the way, I did think it was a good strategy to play for the win. The way you guys used the timeouts. In fact, you were playing to win, and once you got to overtime, rather than play to lose. Play not to lose.
Yeah, that's what this is about. Look, I wouldn't have wanted to lose, but that's everything that we're talking about here. We're preaching. We're not here to tie. We're trying to find a way to win. And, at the very end, look, it doesn't look great, but Will Harris knocks that ball out, and there's 8 seconds left. We got one more play. and you never know what can happen.
Absolutely. All right, Dan, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, take care, guys.
Dan Campbell, head coach of your Detroit Lions on the Stoney and Jansen program, 97.1 The Ticket.
Hey, Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram knows that there's a lot of you driving around right now, and you know your lease is going to come due. You're probably unsure of what to do next. You've heard all of the stories about empty car lots. Well, Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram wants to help. During the Black Friday sales event, you can get the John Jansen deal on a new 2022 Compass Limited for only $349 a month. And yes, they've got them on the lot. Or you can build your own custom vehicle and take delivery in as little as 3 weeks. Custom ordering your next vehicle is an easy 3-step process. It's called Remote Start. The first process, select your vehicle. Second, choose your accessories. And last, submit your order and wait for it to be built. It's really that simple, and they're going to send you updates along the way. Communication with these guys is outstanding. They're never going to leave you in the lurch to know what's going on. So log on to southfieldchrysler.com or go over to the dealership there at Southfield and see Bill and Tim and their entire team. And whether you live in Bloomfield Hills, Ferndale, Dearborn, or Madison Heights, or just a short drive or click away from the best car buying experience you're ever going to have, visit them online at southfieldchrysler.com. That's southfieldchrysler.com. And remember, all roads in all towns lead to Southfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram at 11.5 and Telegram.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook at Motor City Casino. Sports betting in a sports setting. A crash has cleared 96 eastbound after Beck Road. There is still a backup, though, in the area. Another accident still working. M53 Van Dyke Freeway southbound after 25 Mile, and the intersection of 23 Mile and Shaner is closed. Make every play count with NFL live betting at FanDuel Sportsbook at the Motor City Casino. Live betting lets you in on the action all game long. Even if you missed opening kickoff, you can still place all your favorite bets for money line, point spreads, over-unders, and more. Visit today or download the FanDuel Sportsbook app to get started. I'm Michelle Penny up with traffic.
TJ Lang joins the Valenti Show with Rico Fridays at 4 on 97.1 The Ticket.
This is Boomer Science with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Kudos to WTA Tour CEO Steve Simon for calling on communist Chinese authorities to investigate allegations by women's tennis star Peng Shuai that former Vice Premier Zhang Gaoli had sexually assaulted her. He also called for the end of Chinese censorship regarding Peng, who reportedly has recently vanished. We have an athlete that's part of the WTA family that's come out with serious allegations, Simon said. We're going to be 100% supportive. He added, if they're not cooperative, then we'll have to make some decisions, and we're prepared to do so. But we're not going to back off this position. It's the right place to be. The WTA stages 11 tournaments in China, including its tour finals. I hope NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is taking notes. Maybe LeBron can get involved. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Lowe's Provember event is back. In celebration of pros, we're offering special values on top tools to get any job done right. Head into Lowe's and check out the largest selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories. Right now, you can get a guaranteed tough DeWalt 20-volt max bare tool free when you buy a DeWalt 20-volt max drill or impact driver kit. Shop in-store or order online. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Valid through 1/5 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. U.S. only.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Companies. If you thought you missed your chance to refinance and save, think again. Mortgage rates have recently dropped below 3%, and Rocket Mortgage can help you save big. You could lower your monthly payment and prepare yourself for a better financial future, but you've got to act now. Call us today at 833-8-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Conditions apply. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
Still unsure about the vaccine? These Michigan doctors want you to hear them out.
This variant and this disease is relentless. We're seeing more patients admitted with severe disease. It's heartbreaking for me to have to turn to my patient in the bed and to say, you need to make that phone call because we're putting you on life support.
We have witnessed a tremendous surge in critically ill patients that have proven to be exceedingly difficult to care for. And when you have to tell a family member that they've lost a loved one and they haven't been able to be there, it's just brutal.
And so anyone that's not been vaccinated at some point is going to be exposed.
In order to keep Michigan safe, it's so important to get vaccinated.
Find your vaccine at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Your career takes flight when you join the winning teams at Soaring Eagle and Sagging Eagles Landing. The premier gaming and entertainment destinations in Michigan are currently hiring for a wide variety of positions for all levels of experience. Visit us online at SoaringEagleCasino.com for a full list of openings and learn about all the benefits and the new $15 an hour minimum wage. Apply today at Soaring Eagle Casino Resort and Sagging Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel.
All season, you can follow your favorite team no matter where you are on Odyssey, your audio home for football. Odyssey.
Hey, what's going on? Good morning. Oh, I'm on some important mission now. I did that first ADA one, and then was heading to the second one. I got a call. I have to go to Jeff Yatuma's house. Jeff Yatuma. It's one of the brothers. Pick up a basketball hoop and take it to Chris's house. Oh yeah, high priority. Freaking Christine at like 7 in the morning. She's never even up at 7. Why this is so urgent. I'm hoping I'm not gonna end up painting somebody's garage or something. Oh, I had to help put up Christmas lights one time. It's been a few years, but I've done it. Exactly. Okay. And you sent an email and then put one in the job? Right. Okay, that's what I do. Okay, I just want to make sure we're doing the same thing. You got it. Any walks today? Yeah, I didn't get any scattered this week, so I don't know, maybe it's starting to slow down for the winter. That area, there's a ton of work there. I don't know if you've already scouted all that, but it's all tore up there. That's the area that's all German Shepherds too. I don't know why that is. It's all the Mexican area that's all German Shepherds, but the black areas it's all pit bulls. Yes, it's weird that nationalities have a different preference. Whatever. They're both, one's in Kego and the other's in Sylvan Lake, and the other's in Bloomfield, I think. Oh yeah. Yep, exactly. We gotta run by the house first, because I gotta empty all this shit out of my truck, all these bags of dirt. Grab a couple of straps. I have no idea, but I'm sure it's not tiny. They make it sound like it's going to be so easy, and I guarantee you it's probably weighs a ton. Oh no, it's not going to be taken apart for sure. So I'm just going to basically try to lift it into the truck and have it hanging off the back. Strap it in and hope I make it. Appreciate it. I'll let you know how it goes. Alright, see you. I can't believe they brought in that kicker. There's a local kid who was the longest field goal in collegiate history, Heinz Field, but they don't pick him up. It's Alex Kessman. Just so frustrating. Well, if Kessman's not on an NFL roster, maybe he's not that good. Even though he had one. I don't know.
The Saints have been through 6 kickers this year.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Sunday missed 2 extra points. The kickers are struggling.
Kickerlicious also available.
This is an NFL coach, question mark. Listening to that interview, Dan Campbell is officially lionized. We said that already. Please let this end soon. That's from Joe Harson's Island.
Stoney, it's time to ask a question on the fly. Ad-libbing here. Do people think Campbell's in over his head? Because there's enough out there that I think there are some. And I think it's a little bit way premature. I don't think he is, but I think there's a group of people who don't think he's the guy.
248-539-9797. I want to hear from Taylor Decker, too, because he had some very interesting comments yesterday about media and fans that I think might tick some people off, and then it might say, yeah, you know what, Taylor Decker's right. 97 won the ticket.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1. The Ticket.
We're brought to you by Michigan Hair Restoration. Matt Stafford throws for a touchdown, but 2 costly interceptions, both turned into touchdowns. His Rams lose 2. The 49ers 31-10, their second straight loss. Pistons getting hammered by Sacramento, 129-107. Sadiq Bey with 28 points. But Cade Cunningham, his best game with the Pistons, 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. The Pistons losing to a chorus of boos. Red Wings losing to Columbus 5-3. Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond each with their 7th. Wings blowing a 3-2 lead with 5 minutes left in the third. Wings in Dallas tonight, 8:30 right here on 97.1 The Ticket. College Football Playoff Committee reveals their current ranking tonight at 7 p.m. Both Michigan and Michigan State are 9-1. Michigan basketball tonight at home against Seton Hall. at 9 p.m. on our brother station, AM 950 WWJ. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
97.1 The Ticket. Stoney and Jansen program. Jim Harbaugh at 8:35. You just heard from Dan Campbell. So I'm going to throw a combo platter at you, if that's okay, John.
Yeah.
Number one, in column A, is Dan Campbell over his head. I think there are some indications where he hasn't gotten better as far as time management, things like that. But I wanted to use this whole season as a learning curve for this team and for him. And we're basically at the halfway point, a little beyond that. He has to improve in certain situations for me to be satisfied. Now, I wouldn't fire him after 1 year, but I know he's got a 6-year deal. But if things don't improve in year 2, then they have to think about things. Absolutely. I don't think he's over it.